yeah, yeah, yeah. TeeTV about to do an interview.
What's going on, bro? This B4A Quay, we with TeeTV, man.
All right, let's get started.
For sure.
Where did you get your name?
B4A Quay, man. The B4A, my name stands for Built for Anything, bro. It's a brotherhood, it's the gang, it's the squadron, the syndicate, everything that I stand for, nigga. Like, we been rocking in that motherfucker going on like 4 years straight. Like, so it's the syndicate, man. It's the family.
Okay. So where are you from? I
was born and raised in the A, bro. Where I really live everywhere all over the goddamn city, but it started off in Adamville. I stayed on the north side too, up in Cobb and shit like that. So I'm real familiar with the whole city, man. I get around that motherfucker for real. Yeah.
I can dig that. What got you into music?
Really, man, my real inspiration for music came from, for most motherfuckers, it wasn't even like, I wouldn't even say it was like no OGs like Biggie or no shit like that. It really came from like my older cousin, like being younger, seeing his like rap. Like I got a fond memory of him. We was this down in like Macon, down home. That's where my folks really from. Like, and we was there, and it was like I remember him setting up the goddamn mic, tying that motherfucker on the ceiling fan and shit like that. He had this old ass fatback computer in that motherfucker. He had hooked that motherfucker. And he was rapping on that motherfucker. Like that shit really started me. But he had, and it's crazy because he had asked me too. He like, bro, shit, bro. You like hop on the mic, bro. He said, oh, you want to rap? And I was too nervous then to even goddamn. I was too goddamn scared to even goddamn get into that motherfucker. That's where that shit really started. My inspiration really struck from like my family, like my loved ones, cause it was like, you know, like that shit real. You feel me? Folks find inspiration from like, of course I love Wayne and all them folk like that, but it was like I ain't never seen Wayne before. I ain't never seen them niggas firsthand, but like that shit for me, like in my eyes, hearing that nigga record, I thought that nigga was famous. Like that shit meant everything for me. So that was my inspiration really struck from.
Alright. Do you guys have any music out? Or did y'all do any music?
Man, it's crazy, bro, cause we got this one song, man, called Taylor Cemetery, bro. That's down home with my folks, like, that's just, like this plot of land that we got, bro. And basically the song, the way it start off is basically about their story, bro. That's how the song starts off, and then I had went in that motherfucker and started the song off and everything, cause he sent it to me. He was like, bro, start that motherfucker off. And he was like, I was like, what the song gonna be about? He like, bro, this song about us and shit. Like, it's like how we came up. So it was like, man, I did that motherfucking song, and he was like, bro, you went too crazy, bro. He's like, I ain't even trying to follow up on that motherfucker. That shit really blew me. I can't lie, man. Cause low key, I could just release my verse on that motherfucker. I still might. I don't know. There ain't no promise, but shit, that's the only song we got together, unfortunately.
Okay. Do you plan on doing more with him?
I want to, bro, but man, my brother, he a Rolling Stone, man. Like he don't stay in Georgia no more. He stay all the way on like the West Coast. He stay out that way. So it's like I don't talk to him all the time, and I don't be around him all the time to goddamn lock in with him. Like, so that nigga, like I said, he a Rolling Stone, man. You feel me?
So do you have any music out or coming out? Or the projects, anything?
Besides the song that I just dropped, Left Me With My Scar, beside that one, I got this other song that I plan on releasing called Dirty Game. And I got another one releasing, one of my partners called Sega, he a DJ. I'm gonna goddamn drop that shit with an exclusive with him. And as far as like tapes and shit like that, I really ain't fond of dropping no tape right now. I really ain't got no ambition to drop no tape until probably like later on in the year. I'm trying to just release these singles, push these singles, and build my fan base up to get motherfuckers to really engage with the tape, cause I ain't trying to put out no bullshit. Like, I really want to put out some shit that means to me and real heartfelt. Like, like, I see plenty of niggas drop tapes and it just be like, I don't know, it
just be there.
Yeah, it just be there. It feel like, I don't want to drop no compilation of a song. Like, anybody could drop a compilation of some shit. Like, if I drop some shit, I want some shit that really, like this, it's a body of work I could really be proud of. Like this, it's like my baby for real. Like, man, this my child. Like, I really got one EP called 19 Forever. I dropped that shit when I was 19, and it basically like, you know, staying true, staying young, and like staying true to your roots and shit, keeping the energy alive. And it was like, I fuck with the tape, but at the same time, I feel like it's a compilation of songs. But I mean, it's a compilation of songs that I made as a young nigga. So, but as far as tapes go, bro, I ain't dropping none until I feel like that. So,
Okay. Can you tell us some of your influences?
as far as like I said before, like beside my goddamn Big Buzzo, my influences really come from like the city, man. It really come from the A. Niggas like Wayne. One of my favorites, Isaiah Rashad, Vince Staples, Coach Gucci, Rich Homie Quan, T-Pain, like motherfucker like that. Like I'm real like I got love for like West Coast, East Coast artists. Like they like that shit cool to me. I ain't dissing them, but nigga like man the South, nigga fuck you talking about like Big Crit, folks like that. That was my heart really. That was like that shit really get me going. Like if I can sit down and listen to the country ass nigga, Big Crit, I'm like, damn, that nigga talking some shit. Like that nigga said, what that nigga said in one song, he said, red bucket, white top, shitless. Like, I'm like, damn, that shit for real. I feel shit like that. Like, West Coast art, like, they speak to me, they influence me somewhat, because they different flows, but man, I like some shit I could really get in tune with, I could feel, like, but my big influence, if it anything from the South, bro, I'm gonna find a way to support it and find the love for it, so.
Can we hear some of that in your music, or that's just stuff that you like try to emulate or show your own?
I mean, you could definitely hear shit like that in my music. Like, I talk about the city all the time. Like I talk about my upbringing all the time, as much as I can. It really all depends on the feeling of the song. Like, it really depends on the feeling of the song and the beats like that I get from my dogs, like my producers, like Punk Shit and Warship, and folks like that. It really all depend on that. Like, I got that one song called Southern Hospitality. I ain't released it. My partner Warship, he released it, and it's like you just gotta find it. If you go on YouTube, if you go on SoundCloud and look up B4A Quay, Southern Hospitality, you'll see it. Like stuff like that. Like that's one song I could say. What's another? Low Key. That's another one I could say. That one folk really fuck with that low key. Like shit like that. I really do emulate as much as I can. Like as far as like that southern shit, like that real South country shit. Like I'm dead in it. What I'm telling you, man. Cause the South got something, man. And Andre said this shit. The South got something to say, boy. I'm telling you.
Okay, looking forward to hear that. So, how long have you been doing music?
Man, officially now, I'll say officially, I've been going like 3 to 4 years, like officially, like steadfast. Like early on, like I dropped my first ever song, like coming straight out of high school, called like Ultimate Bullshit. I dropped that shit. And that shit was smooth, like, but I was so back and forth, jumping in and out, doing bullshit. I wasn't focused on music. Like, in my mind, like, shit, like I said, like, my first song I dropped, I thought that shit was climbing up numbers on SoundCloud, shit was going up every day. So I'm like, shit, nigga, I'm finna blow up this shit. So I'm not even, you feel me, I'm not even stirring rap. But that shit was like, 2017, like 5-6 years ago. But it was like that 1 or 2 year time span, I wasn't taking that shit serious. Like, I was dipping and dabbling, had my hand in everything beside music. I wasn't serious, but full-fledged, how long I've been doing music? Like 3 to 4 years.
Okay. If you were offered a deal right now, would you take it or would you leave it?
Yeah, that motherfucker gotta be sweet as hell. Like, yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. 'Cause I mean, it like shit. The times we in now, bro, you're like, you need it. You really don't need a goddamn deal to do anything with this music shit. It just take work ethic, drive, and ambition. Like, you can do anything along making connections and getting out here, meeting folks, shaking hands and kissing babies and all that shit. Like, real, man. So, if I was to sign a deal, it had to be something real sweet, and it can't be, I don't want to interfere with my music. Like, I don't want to give up my rights to my music and none of that shit. Like, that shit got to be strictly for me. Like,
Okay.
I don't even think, like, there's nobody in my head, like, right now that I'll probably be so hyped to be signed for, like, especially I don't want to get signed to no damn rapper. Like folk, like, no disrespect to Baby or no shit like that, but it's like, I understand that, you feel me? He got his own shit, you feel me? But he's still working on his career. He's still climbing. He's still doing what he's doing. Like, I would never sign to no rapper. Like, I can't. I don't
They'll think about themselves before you.
Yeah,
and
you
if
feel
they
me?
put you for, they gotta be somewhere around it.
You feel me? So it's like shit, nah, man. Like I said, no disrespect to niggas who do that, cause I used to play the big name artists that start their own labels and shit. But it's like, man, you got to be all the way out the game so you can focus on me, cause I got star potential. Like, that shit in me. Like, so I can't. I was like, what you look like competing with your CEO? That shit sound crazy. Like.
Couldn't. He'll always cap you down and tell you hold it till
you feel me? Like, man, I don't want no nigga shelf me. That shit, man, I'll tweet out about some shit like that. I ain't gotta say too much. B4A, y'all know how we keep it. Hey, I keep shit low key under the mat. My nigga, we under the mat. Keep shit low key under the mat. My nigga, we under the mat. Keep shit low key under the mat. My nigga, we under the mat. Luke ain't kicking, I ain't kicking no ball. Luke ain't kicking, I ain't kicking no ball. I keep shit low key under the mat. Kicking this shit since 16. Nigga be talking this shit while I'm rapping the 16. Buzz on rapping up 16 zip. 16 trip, 42 plays in the day. Goddamn Quay, how you do that? Nobody showed me, I ain't have a map. Made me a way, stay down on the pack. Pulled on the wrong street, got wet. RP buddy, nigga going out bad. Not safe in the A, better keep you a scrap. Don't think shit sweet, we ain't sipping on frown. And we been getting money, just needed on round. Came a long damn way, we were eating on scrap. Just me and my dogs locked in with my pack. Yeah, this shit hard, I ain't talking about crack. I'ma keep shit playing, my moles a mat. Got grade A pimpin', I need me a plat. Yeah, bitch, you cute, but I don't want no snack. Need a full course meal when I eat, I smack. Real greedy ass nigga got grease in my lap. Can't grease me, grease, I ain't going like that. Pull up, big body, came through on the yak. Keep shit low key under the mat. My nigga, we under the mat. Keep shit low key under the mat. My nigga, we under the mat. Keep shit low key under the mat. My nigga, we under the mat. Luke ain't kicking, I ain't kicking no ball. Luke ain't kicking, I ain't kicking no ball. Keep shit low key under the mat. My nigga, we under the mat. Keep shit low key under the mat. My nigga, we under the mat. Keep shit low key under the mat. My nigga, we under the mat. Luke ain't kicking, I ain't kicking no ball. Luke ain't kicking, I ain't kicking no ball.
So where can people find your music?
Man, everywhere. Shit, we everywhere, nigga. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Tidal, some more shit, nigga. We on Napster. The fuck is you talking about? Yeah, you talking about? I'm on Amazon and goddamn some more shit, man. Shout out United Masters and shit, man. We everywhere. Shit, man. I'm on Audio Mat. Hell, you talking about, nigga? I'm on goddamn LimeWire. Fuck is you talking about?
I remember those days.
Oh God, man, shit. You can't pirate my shit. That shit free, nigga.
Give me that shit.
You got anything to tell people before we wrap it up?
Man, look. Hey, man, this shit, it's on the way, and it's here, man. Fuck on the way. This shit here now, man. Hey, B4A Quay, nigga, this 4-2 shit is all the way in motion, nigga. Built for anything, nigga. Built My gang, brothers united in love and trust, nigga. The squadron, the team, the platoon, nigga. Renegade brigade, all that shit, bro. Y'all niggas stay true, stay loyal, and keep in touch with your dogs, man. Stop all that weird ass, backdoor, cat rap ass, goddamn sliming out shit. This shit ain't, hey man, cause the city fucked up anyway with this triple cross shit. I ain't triple cross shit, nigga. Square bending this way, nigga. Built. Fuck you talking about, man. We in there, motherfucker.
You dig?
You know what going, man. Hey, you talking about this B4A Quay, and I'm on TeeTV.